Think all breakfast chains are the same? Think again. Some places kick off your day with a pancake plate that leaves you smiling. Others make you wish you'd stayed home with a bowl of cereal. We've tasted everything, from bland eggs to coffee, filtered through what feels like gym socks, to rank America's top breakfast chains from worst to best. Some names might surprise you. Comment with the number 1 if you've eaten at these spots. 10. Worst Huddle House. Some places greet you with warmth, delicious aromas, and cheerful staff. Sadly, Huddle House isn't one of them. Despite being a breakfast chain since 1964 with over 300 locations across the U.S., the real experience leaves many diners shaking their heads. From the first glance, something feels off. Empty tables, yet you wait 25 minutes to be served. Then it gets worse. Pancakes raw in the middle and burnt on the edges, cold eggs, and hash browns soggy like overboiled potatoes left out overnight. The coffee? Hardly coffee. Tasteless, bitter, and watery, like disappointment brewed with tap water. Online, 68% of reviews are negative, highlighting a grim truth. Most diners can't name a dish worth returning for. A whopping 72% don't even remember what they ate. One customer said they were drawn to Huddle House by some invisible force, not because it's good, but because there were no other options. Staff often seem overwhelmed and unfriendly. You know you're in the wrong place when your server sighs heavily while pouring watered-down orange juice. From food quality to service spirit, Huddle House doesn't just lag behind. It makes you wonder, how are they still open? If you spot their familiar sign on the road, here's honest advice. Keep driving a few more miles. A memorable breakfast might be just minutes away, and Huddle House isn't where you'll find it. 9. Burger King. Burger King may reign over burgers, but when the sun rises and breakfast time hits, their crown falls straight into the kitchen grease. Instead of a warm morning meal, you get consistent disappointment that's almost impressive. The menu sounds promising: croissant sandwiches, egg burritos, and hash browns. But one bite snaps you awake, in the worst way. Eggs have the texture of a yoga mat, and sausages, perfectly grill-marked, taste like zero meat flavor. Why? Nearly 85% of their breakfast ingredients are pre-frozen and reheated, the highest rate in the industry. Hash browns don't escape either. Instead of crispy and savory, they're like potato-flavored sponges left in a sink overnight. The coffee? A survey ranked Burger King's brew 12th out of 15 major fast food chains, enough to rethink your love for tap water. Inconsistent food temperatures are another issue. Customers report sandwiches that are frozen inside yet scalding outside. Breakfast shouldn't be a game of chance. No one wants to start their day like that. It's hard to believe Burger King's had over 40 years to refine their breakfast menu since 1979, but instead of improving, they've kept things subpar. While prices are reasonable, the experience makes many think, I should have eaten cereal at home. Burger King had a shot to dominate breakfast and lunch, but they seem focused on the latter. Breakfast here? It's for days you're okay, starting with resignation. 8. Denny's. Once a trusted friend for late-night breakfast lovers, Denny's evokes warm memories of its red and yellow sign and iconic Grand Slam plates. But that golden past is now a faint echo. Today, stepping into a Denny's often means meeting disappointed gazes. And you know a rough experience is coming. Over 150 Denny's locations have closed in the past decade, and it's no mystery why. Food quality has plummeted while prices have soared. A simple breakfast for two can now cost over $25, and what you get is overcooked eggs, cold bacon, and pancakes as hard as a rain-soaked frisbee. Bacon lies limp on the plate, and scrambled eggs look like they're having an existential crisis. Their famous unlimited coffee refills sound great, until you taste it and wonder, did they brew this with old socks? Its bland flavor makes plain water seem more appealing. The interior is a time warp. Sticky tables, 1997 decor, and faded menus make you hesitant to order more. Some diners joke that Denny's doesn't need a time machine. It already is one, and it's broken. Still, one thing keeps them afloat. They're open 24/7. When you're starving at 3 a.m. and everything else is closed, Denny's is there, with dim lights and passable food. Sometimes just being open is enough to retain loyal customers. But in a fast-changing food world, existing isn't enough. If Denny's doesn't reinvent itself, its former glory will remain a whisper in the minds of those who once loved it. 7. IHOP. In the ever-shifting world of breakfast, IHOP is like that old classmate. Unremarkable, never in trouble. With over 1,600 locations across the U.S., this chain proves the good enough philosophy. But sometimes that boringly consistent vibe leaves diners unsure whether to love it or let it fade. IHOP, short for International House of Pancakes, prides itself on absolute uniformity. Whether you're in Seattle or Miami, the menu, presentation, and even the smell of the place are eerily identical. It's comforting, but also makes the experience feel flat. Pancakes, IHOP's star, perfectly capture this averageness. Not bad, not great. Like a C student, never called out but never praised. They're soft enough, sweet enough, and filling enough, but leave no lingering memory. That sums up the whole menu. Bacon's edible but not crispy. Scrambled eggs are just yellow and warm enough. But if you forget what you ate 5 minutes after leaving, no one would blame you. A rare plus is the price. Breakfast for two usually stays under $20. Not a steal, but not a rip-off either. Service varies by location. Some are quick and friendly, others test your patience like a delayed flight. IHOP's coffee is the ultimate here because it has to be item. It's brown, hot, caffeinated, and that's it. Enough to keep you alert for the drive home, but don't expect a flavor thrill. To be fair, IHOP holds its mid-tier rank because it doesn't crush your hopes. It just doesn't make you rush back tomorrow. In a world where big chains falter, safe mediocrity is a quiet win. But the question is okay enough when diners crave more from their breakfast? 6. First Watch. First Watch doesn't feel like a typical breakfast chain. From menu to vibe to service, it radiates trendy wellness, where breakfast isn't just filling, but pretty, clean, wholesome, and Instagram story-worthy. Stepping in feels like entering a photo studio sprinkled with almond butter. With over 400 locations nationwide, First Watch is known as the open-till lunch chain, a bold, calculated move. They don't need all-day hours, knowing customers will pay premium prices for breakfast. A meal here can cost up to 18 double IHOPs, but what do you get? You're served dishes that sound healthy: avocado toast, quinoa bowls, organic poached eggs, and fresh cold-pressed juices. The food is genuinely fresh, clean, and beautifully plated. But behind that health halo is a steep cost, with sky-high profit margins. An $11 avocado toast might cost them just $1.50 in ingredients. Credit where it's due. Quality is consistent. Eggs taste like real eggs, coffee is freshly roasted, and orange juice is truly squeezed. If you're tired of Burger King's tap water coffee or Denny's lifeless pancakes, First Watch is a breath of fresh air. But that breeze comes with a bill that might make your wallet gasp. The ambiance is modern. Natural light, light wood chairs, and well-placed greenery. Perfect for a weekend brunch or an eat-and-snap meetup. Service is generally friendly and efficient, though wait times can drag during peak hours. First Watch represents a shift in American breakfast, where health, aesthetics, and experience rival or even outshine flavor. If you're happy paying $7 for a fresh carrot turmeric juice, this is your spot. But if you just want a hearty, tasty breakfast without overthinking, you might want to think twice. Fave, Biscuitville. If you've never heard of Biscuitville, you're not alone. But if you've ever bitten into one of their fresh-from-the-oven biscuits, you'll wonder why they're not in every state. With just 65 locations, mostly in North Carolina and Virginia, Biscuitville is a hidden gem, small, humble, but a threat to bigger chains. Unlike mainstream breakfast chains relying on uniform menus and frozen ingredients, Biscuitville goes the opposite way. Biscuits are handcrafted from scratch and baked fresh every 15 minutes. Yes, if a biscuit is 16 minutes old, it won't be served. Each layer of dough is hand-rolled, baked golden, and steams with aroma right in front of you. It's not just a biscuit, it's a promise. That promise extends beyond biscuits. Eggs come from local farms, coffee is roasted near headquarters, and the menu is streamlined to focus on staples. The ultimate bacon biscuit is a star, selling over 2 million yearly. It's not fancy like First Watch's brunch, but every bite has soul. Crisp outside, soft inside, rich with smoky bacon fat and melted butter. Biscuitville's vibe isn't sleek or flashy, but it's real. Clean, simple, and breakfast first, where food, not decor, takes priority. Prices? Shockingly fair. For about sevens, you get a full breakfast, often tastier than places charging double. The only thing holding Biscuitville back from nationwide fame is its regional reach. But that's also why it stays authentic and consistent, something big chains struggle with. In a fast food world racing to expand, Biscuitville chooses to go slow, do it right, and stay true. That's why it's in the top 5. If you're outside their area, plan a breakfast road trip. Trust me, you won't regret it. 4. Waffle House. In the chaotic world of fast food, one place feels a bit worn, a bit messy, sometimes a bit wild, but delivers uncanny consistency. Waffle House. With 1,900 locations across 25 states, this 24-hour breakfast chain is an American cultural icon, serving hot meals to night shift workers, late-night students, or hungry travelers day or night. What makes Waffle House special isn't a trendy menu or fancy ingredients. Their menu hasn't changed much since 1955, but that's their promise. The meal you eat today is like the one you had 10 years ago and likely 10 years from now, a consistency many big brands struggle to match. The standout? The open kitchen. You see every step, eggs cracked by hand, sausages sizzling, waffles pulled golden from the iron. It's all in front of you. And if you know scattered, smothered, covered, chunked, congrats, you've been initiated into their hash brown lingo. Prices? Super affordable. A hearty breakfast of eggs, meat, waffles, and coffee can cost under $10, perfect for a late-night bite or a lazy Sunday morning. But Waffle House's value isn't just food. During major storms, FEMA uses the Waffle House Index to gauge disaster severity. If a local Waffle House closes, things are dire. Don't expect a refined brunch vibe. The plastic booths are worn, the coffee machine's ancient, and servers might call you darlin'. But you'll find something rare: honesty. Waffle House doesn't pretend to be anything else. They do what they know: serve reliable, cheap, fast breakfast with an odd humanity. That's why they're in the top 4. 3. Chick-fil-A. Not everyone knows Chick-fil-A started serving breakfast in 1986, and even fewer expect a fried chicken chain to rank among America's favorite breakfast spots. But with over 2,600 locations and a growing loyal fan base, Chick-fil-A is redefining what a fast food breakfast can be. Simple, high quality, and surprisingly delightful. Their breakfast menu is no frills. A few stars, chicken biscuit sandwiches, egg chicken cheese burritos, and round hash brown bites. Sounds basic? Maybe. But the magic is in the details: crispy, juicy fried chicken, house-made biscuits baked hot each morning, staff at 6 a.m., smiling like you're their first, most important customer. You don't need flashy marketing to feel the quality. Just bite into a chicken biscuit, soft, buttery bread, melding with salty, sweet, crispy chicken. Hash browns are hot, crisp, and grease-free, like they're fried just for you. Coffee? Not artisanal, but hot, aromatic, and strong enough to shake off sleep. Chick-fil-A's breakfast prices range from $5 to $7. Not dirt cheap, not steep, but the experience feels like a small cafe with a personal chef. If you've ever wondered why fast food breakfast can come with such kindness, Chick-fil-A's your answer. Closed Sundays? Sure. But that just makes Mondays more exciting, like they're saving value for the other 6 days. It's a quiet, effective strategy. Chick-fil-A doesn't just nail breakfast, they make it something to look forward to. A place where food isn't just tasty but feels good, right down to the server's smile as they hand you your morning orange juice. 2. Dutch Bros Coffee. Think a coffee chain can't compete in a ranking of America's top breakfast spots? Think again. Dutch Bros Coffee isn't about a traditional hearty breakfast. But for modern Americans, breakfast can mean a drink that hits the right vibe, mood, and moment. And Dutch Bros delivers an experience. With over 600 locations across 14 states, Dutch Bros doesn't offer fancy dining rooms, complex hot menus, or anything beyond a small drive-thru. Yet in that smallness lies a quiet addiction spreading fast. Customers wait an average of 23 minutes during peak hours, longer than a doctor's appointment, and, amazingly, no one complains. The menu? Not 20 or 30 items, but over 10,000 customizable drink variations. From cold brew, smoothies, and mochas to signature sips like the Annihilator or Caramelizer, each feels made just for you. These drinks aren't just tasty, they inspire. A chilled caramel coffee, creamy and bold, topped with a swirl of whipped cream, can turn a gloomy day brighter. Average price? About $5.50. Not cheap, but fair. While they don't offer robust pastries or savory dishes, Dutch Bros wins breakfast fans with speed, personality, and the feeling that coffee isn't just for waking up, it's for feeling special. Their biggest strength isn't just the drinks, it's the vibe they create. Upbeat music, energetic staff, and highly personalized interactions make it special. This isn't a place for serious breakfast. It's where you pause, smile as a barista hands you a drink with your name and feel the day start. Better than expected. Dutch Bros doesn't need to compete with big meals. They focus on one thing, making you smile with that cup in hand. And they do it so well, they're a breakfast highlight for a whole generation. 1. Cracker Barrel. If any chain makes Americans return not just for food, but for a sense of belonging, it's Cracker Barrel. With over 660 locations across 45 states, this country-style restaurant and store quietly claims the #1 spot in millions of hearts, not only for great food, but for the traditional, honest, cozy spirit it brings to breakfast. First, let's talk about something simple but powerful. Breakfast is served all day. No rushing to beat a 10:30 a.m. cutoff. Whether it's 8 a.m. or 4 p.m., you can order fluffy pancakes, hot sunny-side-up eggs, or the hearty sunrise sampler. Cracker Barrel gets that modern life demands flexibility to enjoy food on your terms. The food is crafted daily with no shortcuts or haste. Biscuits have followed the same recipe since 1969. Their signature hash brown casserole, creamy with 6 cheeses, is a longtime fan favorite. And Cracker Barrel's pancakes aren't just fluffy. They're so good you'll consider taking some home. Prices are surprisingly reasonable. $9 to $13 for a meal that keeps you full till lunch. Compared to places serving style over substance, Cracker Barrel stays sincere in portion and quality. A rarity in today's service industry. The ambiance? Each location feels like a classic log cabin. Rocking chairs on the porch, warm golden lighting, soft country music, and American countryside trinkets in the attached store. It stirs memories of old family road trips, when breakfast was more than eating. It was sitting, chatting, and bonding. Customers rate Cracker Barrel with an 88% satisfaction score, the highest among breakfast chains. They serve over 200 million guests yearly, a number impossible without more than a menu. It's the harmony of quality, value, and emotion this brand sparks. Cracker Barrel doesn't chase trends. They hold fast to basics: hot food, cozy spaces, and service like an old friend. That loyalty to what seems old-fashioned makes them the freshest choice for a truly memorable breakfast. Breakfast may just start your day, but the right spot can shape your mood for hours. From disappointing chains with cold eggs and weak coffee to inspiring places like Cracker Barrel, you've seen the difference, not just in food quality, but in how they treat customers. If you value a real breakfast, tasty, warm, and memorable, stick with us. Hit subscribe to catch sharp analyses and smart consumer tips every week.